Recorded Books and RB Digital present Entering Startupland, An Essential Guide to Finding the Right Job by Jeffrey Bussgang. Narrated by Adam Grupper. Chapter 1. Introduction. Entering Startupland. Sitting on a shelf in my office is a 1990 vintage bottle of Dom Perignon. It was given to me by a strategy consulting firm in celebration of its offer to rejoin it after I completed business school. It remains unopened. Instead, I show the bottle to my students every year and tell them my personal story in hopes of inspiring them to enter Startupland. What's that story? I was you. 20 years ago, I was the audience for this book. I graduated from college in 1991. After college, I went to work for the Boston Consulting Group, BCG, an amazing place that allowed me to learn about business and strategy at a very young age. A few years later, when I was admitted to business school, BCG offered to pay for school if I returned to work there. A lucrative offer to go into management consulting, return to a prestigious firm where I was comfortable, have business school paid for in full, and that bottle of Dom. Easy choice, right? I turned them down. My thinking was a little bit irrational and a little bit rational. The irrational side was that I was passionate about the internet and startups, and knew I should follow my passion. I knew I would not forgive myself if I made a decision to compromise just for the money and the ease of fitting into a well-defined job and well-trodden career path. As I considered joining Startupland, I could feel my adrenaline pumping just thinking about leaping into the unknown. For the rational part of the decision, even though I knew the consulting offer was far more lucrative and included tuition reimbursement, I thought, look, I'm young and don't yet have kids or a mortgage to worry about. I'm in a position where I can take some risk. I felt, in the grand scheme of things, I should resist charting my course based on a short-term financial opportunity. It was a tough decision. Many of my classmates said, "What are you doing? You're crazy." It was like a Far Side cartoon, where the penguins all go one way and there's one that goes the other way. But I had to go the other way. So as my classmates were rushing off to high-paying, high-powered jobs on Wall Street and at consulting firms, I hustled around town and networked my way into a Series A startup. Series A refers to a company's first round of significant funding and is typically led by a venture capital firm. I joined as a product manager, making $65,000 per year, lower than my salary before entering business school. The startup was called Open Market. It provided infrastructure for payments on the internet. It was the original secure e-commerce platform back in the mid-1990s. The first shopping cart was created by our company. We invented and patented secure credit card transactions over the web. Because of our early stage and ever-changing market, the place was bedlam. Browsers were just becoming popular, and the internet was in the earliest stages of development. It was a land grab. Open Market had 30 employees, maybe 20 of whom were engineers, and we were simultaneously working on 10 products. It was like flying the plane while trying to build the engine at the same time. It was chaotic, but thrilling. One of the big things I had to learn to do was navigate in a world of tremendous uncertainty. Fortunately, we had a successful run. The company went public in 1996, only a year after I joined, and we eventually achieved a peak market capitalization of over $2 billion. Because a startup is so small and dynamic, it gives great opportunity for personal and professional growth. For instance, during my 5 years at Open Market, I had the opportunity to run nearly every function in the company.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?